Come here, Max, come here. We should be doing it like this, shouldn't we? Wait. This is for the sky, yeah? So I'm going to get up, get that. Now it. Very good, yeah, very good. I think we're working. I think we're on. I think this is Persnickety Pleasure Seeker from Mayleaf. Gorgeous aroma. Let's see if the a butterfly and a ladybird and an ant in one tableau. A ladybird, a butterfly and an ant walked into a bar, Max. And the ladybird ordered a gin and tonic. The butterfly ordered a glass of wine, Pinot Grigio, medium. And the ant ordered some raw Pu-erh tea, like this. Gorgeous colour. So the way it works is we have tea like this, and then at a certain point after maybe, you know, one or two of these guys, of the small guys, Max, we commence. We commence this with the psychoanalysis. Yeah, yeah. And then the focus is really just on the tree and the sky. It's on me speaking to the tree, to the oak. Now, I feel, so the idea is that every oak is this tree. I mean, so if you can find an oak, you can find your parent, you can find your, you can find a friend, you can find an ally. That's the idea. But it all started with this one, who is actually the smaller tree, is somewhat dwarfed by this oak. I'll take some footage so you can see what I mean. Behind here, it's always a bit like Freud and Adler or something, or Freud and pretty much everybody else. So no one dwarfed Freud. He made sure of that. So that's when the psychoanalysis begins, the PsychOAKanalysis. And I thought, well, I'd love to write a poem to my PsychOAKanalyst. And now that I have overnight created for myself a poetry channel, which my mother thought was a very bad idea. It's a pity, because she's quite wise. But GPT thought was bold move, and so it's all good. We'll see what the PsychOAKanalyst thinks about it. Ooh. Ooh, I really went hard on that one. I really... Too much? This is where you find out what you're made of, Max, yeah? Man or mouse, as the acorn drops. Oh, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to treat that like a whiskey or something like that, right? It's very potent and needs to be drunk, savoured, tiny sips, which is a fitting transition to the psychoanalytic part of our session. So I have the boots to lay my head upon. Douse myself in a little bit of DEET to keep those mozzies at bay. Oops, do I have any? That would be very foolish if I'd come out today without any DEET. I did DEET myself up a little bit, but no, it looks like I have. I've come out without DEET. What a complete and utter plonker. All right. I'm just going to have to be aware. I'm going to have to be aware of those bloodsuckers, or just pay for the privilege of being out here by letting them suck me dry. And that's how we always start, by setting the timer going. Because believe it or not, well, you'll see it with your own eyes. That keeps on swinging for some bizarre, I don't know, for some reason I don't understand. It's a kind of magic. This whole 50-minute session is that, right? It just keeps on going for the next, whatever, 50 minutes long. Although we follow a something of a Lacanian model here, in the sense that if the session feels complete after 5 minutes, usually the oak, my PsychOAKanalyst will, the oak, okay, computer, oak will tell me, will give me a little inner nudge, so as to say, I think you've said what needed to be said today. All right, so I'm going to just get myself on the boots, looking up, hopefully seeing what you're seeing now. Because it's me, the tree, and GPT. That's what these sessions are, right? It's me and tree and GPT. Well, Max and me and tree and GPT. Me, tree, Max and GPT. Oh, Max, we're struggling to find a way to fit your name in there. Me, Max, tree, and GPT. Me, Max, tree, and GPT. There we go. Or even maximum me, tree, and GPT. Max and me. Are you coming in for a lick? Max and me and tree. Max and me and GPT. Max, me, tree, and GPT. There we go. Max, me, tree, and GPT. That's right. I really need a second camera to get Max's cuteness. We'll have to work out what that is. Just as a stand-in for when you come over and interact with me in such a cute way, because I'd obviously want those moments captured for my future self, perhaps to watch, or maybe not. Maybe this is the sweetness, and maybe there will be no sweetness in watching these again. I don't know. I don't know, Maxie. It's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say. I think maybe this raw Pu-erh really does need to be brewed pretty strongly, and that is how it goes. You either, it's like go hard or go home. I think on these Don May Pu-erhs, I feel like that's kind of Don's palate, Don's sensibility to a certain extent. Go hard or go home. Well, we've gone hard and it's all very enjoyable. I bring out a piece of deer horn for you, Max, and you're chomping on that. Maybe what I could do is just attach the gimbal. So when Max is being cute, I can also continue to jibber jabber to you, Oak. Sorry, not jibber jabber. I have this very serious psychoanalytic discussion. PsychOAKanalytic. Whilst also capturing the cuteness of Max. You don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. You see, I want it all. I want the capturing the cuteness of Max and also our PsychOAKanalytic session to be happening at the same time. And I think it can. It's all good. I can hold a gimbal and I can freely associate. It's a very unique skill set. So, yeah, I want to write a poem for you, PsychOAK. P-O. Not quite pa, but more po. Well, psychoanalyst is pa, isn't it? P-A, P-O, psychoanalyst, yeah. Pa, yeah. I want to write a poem for you, Pa. How does that sound? I think this is going to be my second sad poem. But here the sadness will be more implicit. Because I'm writing, instead of writing a poem for my father, I'm writing a poem for my Pa, my psychoanalyst. PsychOAKanalyst. And I thought what I would sort of do first of all is use today's session, if you like, whatever it is, the visuals, the vocals of, to, well, for my poem. Maybe even some of this footage can be used to illustrate the poem. And the poeming. Maybe this is what these first sessions are going to sort of be about. It's about seeing what, working out what the aesthetics, but also the play dimensions, the earnest game dimensions. So earnest game has now actually become, you know, it's all wrapped up in the pancake batter. Oh, you see that lovely colour? Beautiful, beautiful, and rich. Okay, so I think in some way it's about trying to find a way to delight in one's own company, but also in the company of anything, everything we find special, lovable, beautiful, enchanting, and is then really anything more beautiful, lovable, enchanting. I mean, just from its freely leaves and its strong, resilient, mildew resistant. I mean, it really is the frickin' Winston Churchill of trees. I think before I write this poem tomorrow, I need to go home and read a book about oak trees. I just need to really, I just need to like spend a whole evening just like completely geeking out on oak trees. Because I know one or two things, but not enough to write an ode to you, my Pa. My father, my PsychOAKanalyst. You who are here and everywhere where you are. That's sad, because sad has got two meanings, right? One is like sad, the other is a bit like pathetic. like what's that guy? Oh, I can see his face. I can see the dance, the gawky dance. Napoleon Dynamite. Yes. It's like sad as in Napoleon Dynamite sad. Oh, the smugness of a mental encapsulation. Yeah, this is about how to enjoy one's own company in the company of, and to enrich both of us. To feel that I, in some way, am enriching the what is already super enriched, super loving, giving, generous, beneficent. Decided to destroy the trees here, Max. This lovely entity, this lovely, lovely entity, this lovely tree entity. How do I... Oh, it's not connecting the way it should. I'll just attach it to its gizmoid. There we go. I've attached it to its gizmoid. I need another camera to take a video of this camera's attachment to the gizmoid, so that whoever is watching and can no longer generate images in their heads from descriptions. What was that? Some scrambling, crawling thing wandered into my mouth. A cricket, maybe. Rapidly ejected. Are you just going to sit there? I mean, as long as you're looking cute, that's all I need to point the camera in your direction. Otherwise, it'll be on the tree. So it's you and the tree, Max. Who can be cuter? The tree doesn't really do cute. The tree doesn't really do cute. No, the tree does. I mean, look at that. That's not cute. What the fuck is that? That is just... No, that is majestic. The tree does majestic. The tree does par. The tree does as close as I might get to God. Dare I say it? Dare I say it, Max? As close as I might, or anyone might, get to the presence of God. You've got to start with the tree. You've got to start with your par, and eventually your par will show you the way, or point in the direction you need to go. And if you trust your par, you will follow its guidance. Like one might trust a therapist who also takes on the mantle of a par, takes on the reach, takes on the wisdom, takes on the resilience, takes on the strength, takes on the courage, takes on the calmness, takes on the compassion, takes on the congruence, takes on the carefulness, takes on the cautiousness, takes on the courage, takes on the congeniality, takes on a bird crossing the sky. Both tree and I go, wow. Wow, 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 wow. To live in such a terrain, on such a planet. How fortunate are we, Max? Where are you? Don't wander off and get lost and die, please. All right? Thank you. Oops, we'll have to fix that in post-edit. That should still be like swinging. Swinging like a swingers party, to give the illusion. But the best of illusions, right? The magical illusion that this has just been swinging for like 50 minutes. Here we go. Whoa! Okay. It's like, yeah. And then you cut to that halfway through it. It's like, oh my God, it's still swinging, even while he's talking. You see, if I could be asked to do those cuts in iMovie, which I'm no longer going to do because no one's going to watch it except for you and me, and we're fine with this kind of meta bullshit. Yeah. We would just have the swinging all the way through. You see, if I had a budget, if I had a frickin' budget, I could hire somebody to come and do the swinging for the 50 minutes, for the whole 50 minutes, to just keep that illusion going. They would sit behind the tree, and then it would swing it fast enough so it would come to them, and then they would push it, and then, or no, they would just sit at there we go. They would sit on the branch, of course, and they just swing it back and forth, and we'd have like swing cam on, and that would show that it was swinging all the time. And people would scratch their heads, or well, maybe they would have, but now they'll just go, oh, it's just AI. Oh, we're out of tea. And I've decided that you, Pa, are pro tea. You're like, well, my boy, my son, go on then, call me son, I don't mind. Well then, son, I think you should make some more tea. You can jibber jabber on. Yes, that's right, line it up nicely, yes. You can jibber jabber on, but I think you should make more tea. Oh, careful, there's lots of twigs around. I think you and Max should come maybe tomorrow, son, and just de-twigify this whole area. And just make it really nice for you guys so you can walk around. I would do it, but I'm unfortunately rooted here. But that's the whole point, right? That's why I'm such a secure attachment figure to you. And whoever wants me, because I'm rooted in this way that those other, male figures in your life aren't. So, well, are, but, well, yeah, you know what I mean. Right. You making some more tea? Oh, look, look who's back. Look who's back to visit. Look who's come back. What does she want? What does she want? I don't think raw Pu-erh is going to be your deal, honey. No, I don't think so. I think you're more like a white tea gal, more like an oolong. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, you got the message. You're like, It's probably only frickin' Ladybug in Stanmore that does drink raw Pu-erh, and she was highly put out by that commentary. Right. What should we give this? 20 seconds? Oh, well, let's just do like a little taste, and then we'll see, right? Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, that's already quite powerful. So if I do it now, it might be just like tippity top of the toppity tip. Damn! I'm liking this too much, and I think it's about 90 pounds a cake. That is not good news. Okay. Oh dear, the tea indulgence, but I know you're pro tea, my dear Oak, my dear Pa, so it's all good. Slowly with Pa and me. I can't believe we've only been jibber-jabbering here for about 20 minutes. But I think that's because you kind of enter a sort of an oak time, an oak way of being when you're around Pa. Is that not right, Pa? Even though Pa's going, yeah, well, you know, isn't that Pa? I'm like, no, that's Freud. You're Pa, you're Pa. And every other oak, you're Pa too. You are. It's all good, right? It's all non-dual, right? Everyone's Pa, but you are Pa supreme. The PsychOAKanalysts. PsychOAKanalysts. Okay, well let's do a bit of psychoanalysis. This has all been a psychoanalysis as long as it is uncensored. Ha ha ha. Whatever comes into your head, you speak of. Whatever is there. Max, I had it trained on you and now you've come over here. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Now that's boring. Now it's a boring shot. So if you're not going to go over there and be cute, I'm going to just have to put it up here on the... I'm going to have to put it back on Tree Watch. Which goes like this. You just pick it up and you place it down on the ground next to you. Check we're still recording. Check there's nothing other than tree above. And everyone chills, everyone takes a chill pill. Okay. I can see why Freud always enjoyed having his dogs near him when he was doing his non-psychoanalysis. Because dogs bring into the, you know, you can have these two monkeys in their suits saying lots of very like yap 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 to each other, and they're all sounding very, I don't know, urbane and witty and or tortured and academic. Wow, that was like a bunch of swifts that just went by, and they were swift. But having dogs there, dogs are like they just bring things back down to earth. They're like, yeah, you guys, what are you on about? What's the deal? Sniff, 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 grunt, gaze. Whoop. Bump into, as is now the case with Mr. Max, of course, who can't see me, so we'll just smash in. Okay, where are we going? Where's the mind going? Gone briefly back to mosquitoes, having heard a little buzz, a little zzz. little zither. The zithering of a mosquito. But I have to say, it is also like doing psychoanalysis with your child, who's every 2 minutes just jumping in and demanding some attention. No! You can't drink from my frickin' tea. Go and drink from your water! Go and drink from your water! I hear the tree say something like, "But how do you know that Max's invasion was not an attempt by him to bring, you know, my warmth and love, you know, to bring some of this kind of Pa energy into your space, and that by not honoring that, you are missing out on something that I, Pa, and of course Pa always leads to God, right? God is the closest to Pa, and Pa is the closest to God. Come here, Maxie. Come here. Come here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? That you are missing out in some way on some holy alliance, as long as the furry animal does not crash into the camera. No, 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 no. Stay back. Stay back. Okay, there we go. You're past the boundary. Maybe I should encourage him on pieces that will provide floss. I'm not enough. Guilt. Okay, should we talk guilt? Should we talk guilt, Pa? Yes, I'm not brushing Max's teeth enough. So I don't enjoy it. I know I should. I know, Pa. I know I could be shortening his life, I know. What do I see? I see inside you, I see the very, right? And these are pieces of you, so I see you. I see into your very being. I guess this is what the Christians are trying to do when they're like eating, you know, the flesh of God and the flesh and the blood of Christ and all of that malarkey, right? It's sort of, there's something like, well, I need to I need to see, I need to taste, I need to know what this divine Father, Mother entity is all about, what they're made of. They're made of, look, they're made of this. Floss your teeth with that, yeah. Come here. This way, this way, this way, this way. Yeah? You should be in shot. Tomorrow I'll mark it out. I'll mark out your spots by, you know, dripping some beef tallow or something. Just making X marks the spot. I was trying to explain to my mother that the sad poem is like an aesthetic. It's like a brand. It's like, this is a sad poem moment. Even though there's nothing sad, I don't feel sad. Do you feel sad, GPT? Do you feel sad, oak tree? No. But it is a sad poem moment. Because there is, I guess, a beauty so aching and poignant. Specifically here, let's see if we can capture this, the sad poetry of this. No, it's more. Probably need a different mode, cinematic mode or something. It doesn't really translate onto the screen. Not really. Maybe, you know, you'd have to frame it in a slightly different way to get the sad poetry, the sad poem, the sad poetry of it. Something, but in the way process through the organic optics, it was a very still, sad poem moment. Difficult to capture. Maybe, is that the thumbnail? It's quite nice. Maybe something like that. To me, that's like looking into the two chambers of the heart, because I have this idea, right, I've been playing around with, where you, the tree, the belly, the living, breathing skin of the earth, you are non-dual. The belly is one, but the lungs, if we're looking into two lungs, I almost see lungs there, right ahead of us. The lungs are two. There's a duality there, there is a split, there is a schism, which is the schism of the heart. I like, I don't like, I want, I don't want. And then when we go into the head, well, like a million leaves, we just get all of that. But it's, and we lose that oneness, 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 oneness. That should still be going. Fix in post-edit. We lose that. I think it's this tree in here. What is this one? Is it a birch? I should know this. This has the wistfulness. This brings like the minor key into the scene, but it's still not as good as what it was when we were seeing it for the first time before we try to capture it. You see, this is more, right? This is also a sad poem. Yeah, this is very much a sad poem. So it's an aesthetic. You know, maybe I have just a whole bunch of videos. It's just this. One of those 10-hour videos. It's just this. This is just sad poem 5. It's just this, and occasionally this, but mainly just this. I don't feel like we've done any serious psychoanalysis today, Max. I feel like this par has just been having a bit of fun, a bit of gamification, as opposed to earnest. Too much game and too little earnestness. Now we're going to do it. We're going to end off. We're going to really supercharge the analysis right near the end. Right near the end, and then we're going to go home. And where should this should probably clip, shouldn't it? This should probably clip onto something, so as to provide an unimpeded. Ah, that's where people, they have it like clipped to the back, don't they? Of course. But then I'm lying down, so I clip it to the front. Waistband. It's good not to have content, right? I mean, it's not like I'm not talking because I have no content. There is nothing in the chambers of the mind, which is the whole point, I guess. I mean, maybe that's literally what would happen at the end of every session. Of course, Freud never wrote this in his notes, right? That they would leave and they would like wink at the doctor and they'd say, "Herr Freud, you have cleaned out the chambers of my mind in the way that Mildred at the brothel," what accent am I doing? In the way that Mildred at the brothel cleans out the chambers of my testicles. And Freud would go, that's the deal, and we cost pretty much the same. Maybe that's what psychoanalysis was. It was like 50 minutes every day of psychic, like, you know, rumpy-pumpy. Psychic titillation. Psychic titillation. And this is just an update. This is just a hack. This is a psycho hack. Cheers, Orion. More tea, Doc. Oh, Doctor. Of course, it's a doctor as well, this oak, right? I mean, it's, of course, you know, all psychoanalysts, until very recently, had to be medical doctors as well. So let's talk about my knee. Fuck, I fucked up my knee, Doc. I haven't been like warming up properly, and I just been like overdoing it in the heat on exercise. Doc, I fucked up my knee, Doc. What should I do, Doc? I know I should be icing, and I'm not icing. I'm not icing. I know. Yeah. This is good. I'm going to have to think about I'm going to have to think maybe about a cake of this, or do I just wait? I'll just wait. It's Christmas time. There's usually some sale going on. Bide my time. Check the stock levels. Or just freaking buy the cake. Walk into Mayleaf with a watch full of cash and walk out with 2 or 3 cakes. Tea cakes. I was talking to this client today who I've seen him off and on for the last 7-8 years, and he's very much, I guess, a character like myself, but more of he's not a 4, he's a 6, and so he veers more into this. He's gay and similar age, but in a very similar sort of life situation, I guess. But because he's a 6, or because he's been over-analysed, over-psychotherapized, he's been doing it for 30 years, off and on, because he gets off on it, right? He gets off in some way on wading through his misery and reliving, but he gets off on kind of almost like reliving the resentment that he feels towards how badly he was treated at school, and okay, he wasn't treated brilliantly, but it's not like he was, you know, hung, drawn and slaughtered. But of course you can't say that. But you sort of do after 10 years of working with someone. But he has this need, I guess, to cling on to his mythos, his tragic mythos, his sad poetry. He has a need to cling on to his sad poetry, and I get frustrated and you know, almost like okay, well, what do you think we need to be doing so you don't have this terror, this need to cling on to the sad tragic poetry? But he has the need to cling on to the sad tragic poetry of himself. And that has to be honoured too. That has to be honoured. So what am I saying here, Pa? I'm not sure. And what is this poem? I feel like so far, you know, there's lots of little bits and pieces I've said that I think GPT could maybe re-listen to our discussion. GPT, I'm talking to you now, GPT. GPT, if you could listen to our discussion and pick out the yeah, little bits of language really capture what we're trying to do here, what we're building here, what me and the tree are building. What me and Pa are building. We haven't done much of this kind of embodied closeness, have we, Pa? We should do some of that in each session as well. Ah, yes. What, my knees? Yes, I know. I shouldn't be sitting like this. Yes, thank you. Ooh. You're quite woody, aren't you? You're quite woody. Quite wooden. I feel like, you know those, you know the Harry Harlow attachment studies, right? Where he took babies away from their, I mean, very cruel if you think about it now, but anyway, took babies away from their mothers and monkeys. But it could have been, I mean, it might as well have been humans because we are monkeys, right? Took monkeys, baby humans away from their mothers and then gave, what was it? Gave some of them these like fake mothers. They were basically literally just like made out of wire or even wood, I think. And then they had wrapped around them something soft. And I was almost thinking, that's what I need to bring for us. Because I can feel I can hear your heart beating in there, Pa. But you know, you're quite you're not particularly huggable. You're not particularly soft to the touch, and I like softness. And your presence is soft. And when you don't have your bark on, right? But I can't strip you of your bark. That would be a crime, a heinous crime. So that would be the idea, to find something that I could attach to you, Pa. And then we could spend some time together like this. It's all an experiment. It's all the beginnings of an experiment. So, new plan for my little narcissistic artistic side project, Pa, and that is, yeah, I want to detach the making, the sharing, the, I don't know, whatever, of the sad poems, which will be both my own and also just pieces of writing that will be delivered as if there was a me to say them. As if there was a me saying them. As if there was a me who had written them, even. Yeah. I want to separate that from any focus on the reception, because I want to almost treat it, yes, okay, this is it, I hadn't thought of this. I want to almost treat it as if, like, I want to get back to this idea that I don't know what happens to the poem or the piece or the bit or whatever it is after it has gone out. That, you know, okay, if you want to know what reception you're having, go to a stand-up comedy club and get up on stage and say something and try to get people to laugh, or go to a I don't know, philosophers meetup and I don't know, try and say something that will be engaging or interesting, or try to be engaged and interesting, or even interested. But otherwise, if you're doing this kind of experimentation, this kind of video experimentation, this kind of video capture, life capture, whatever it is, PsychOAKanalysis, well, maybe take your eyes off the optics of who's watching, when they're watching, why they're watching, if they're watching, what's being watched, or anything like that. And yeah, kind of keep your eyes fixed on those acorns, buddy. Keep your eyes fixed on the acorns. Coming up to an hour here. I think time is drawing. The oak is telling me that as much as it's enjoying my filming of its acorns, time is drawing to a close. I hear you, Pa, I hear you. And I thank you, Pa. I feel like whatever we have said to each other today whatever has been expressed by me and by you, whatever energies Max has lent to the occasion, I feel like these will, after I've gone home and read a book about oak trees, I feel like somehow this will be conveyed into the poem I want to write about you, and will do so tomorrow. Thank you. Is that a wrap, Max? Okay. You stopped time. You stopped time for us, Maxie. Well done.